Hello and welcome to another episode of me trying to get game mechanics to work. So, I've decided at the minute to do a mechanic where you pick up an item and you can put it in a socket where it's meant to be, like a relic or a totem in this case, and then it will just open a door or turn on a light or something, whenever it is. So let's jump right into the game and show you that working. Cool, here we are, right. So I want this thing to light up. Let's say that's what I want to do. And this is a hole in the wall, and this is what's going to go in the hole in the wall. In the game I'd obviously put this hidden somewhere and have this in plain sight, miles apart. So if I walk up and press G, shoots a line trace, because it'll be G to solve the puzzle in this case. So I press G, and it says up here, you need to collect a totem. I'm going to have little totems in my level, nice Mayan style totems. So nothing's going to happen until you collect that. So if I go up and press the key on the keyboard, I will pick up the object exactly the same as when we did the lantern. So if you don't know how this line trace works, go look at that video. And then once I've got it, it will know I've got it, and I can put it in there, and everything will light up and solve. Okay, let's go back out and see how this works. So, this works same as everything else through my level blueprint. So, this controls all the logic for all my puzzles in the whole game. It's in this level blueprint. Okay, here we are. So, excuse me, sorry. This is very small compared to all the other scripts. So here it is. Scripts, blueprints, whatever. Okay, so we've got an event dispatcher, which is attached to the hole in the wall, and that's got a box collider in it. So when that's fired, it sets this variable called totem unlocked to true. If that happens, it destroys the actor that is not lit up, this guy here, and it actually replaces him with exactly the same actor instance of himself, but one with a different material. This happens because I can't call a material change in a level blueprint for a referenced object like this. So what I have to do to get around that is I have to destroy the object and then spawn it in again in exactly the same location. So I have two instances of this guy here. I have one where he's not glowing and one where he is glowing. Yeah. So these are two different game objects. Destructible tested and destructible 2. Destructible testing 2 is identical. I've just applied a glowing material. So he sort of pops out and pops his brother in a sense. Okay, so this works through a box collision. So let's go find when this fires. So let's go find that. And that will be in this actor here, which is called socket box collision, which is here. That's the guy, so let's open him up. And this here is a collision. It says if you collide with something that has a tag of totem, and that's the case, I want you to fire this event dispatcher, which is here. So this fires, and this gets called and fires as well. And if you don't collide with anything that has totem as a tag, then don't do anything. So you might think that this here has this inside of it, this box collision, but it doesn't. This is a separate object, and this is what handles our logic. This is just for decoration, so that's important. It means I can have lots of sockets and only one that works, for example, or I can just have a lot of sockets that don't have this logic or colliders attached to them to try and save data somewhere else in the game where I don't necessarily need puzzle to happen if they're like 50 feet in the air or something, or just for decor. So it's nice to kind of separate those things so that you have options. Yeah. So then basically, this totem here, this object here he is, has a tag of, let's get rid of this. This object that you pick up has a tag here of totem. There it is. if I was to open this in my content browser here, I open them up, you'll be able to see that every time I make one of these things, they always have a tag of totem down here. So that's exactly how that works. That's how the tag is checked. The line trace, that little red line that I shot, to pick something up and put it down is handled inside of my player controller. So let's have a little look. This one's exactly the same as the lantern. It's actually the same. It's not an instance, it's not a copy. It is the same one as the lantern. Okay, so here we shoot a line trace, 1,000 units out. Yeah. And we check if we hit an actor, and if it has the tag lantern, we pick up the lantern. Remember, we destroyed the lantern and we turned on a light above our player character. So if it doesn't have a tag of lantern, right, so this time we're following the false path down here, we've got another if condition, another branch. This if statement says, okay, if it doesn't have a tag of lantern, check if it has a tag of totem when you press the F key. Oh, if that's true, then you want to destroy that totem, and you want to set a variable called picked up totem to be true. And that'll be the case. I used to have a little string here that said you picked it up, but whatever. So it destroys the totem. You're thinking, well, I just want to pick it up, I don't want to destroy it. But that's really how things work in games. They destroy the items that you pick up and they spawn them in when you need them again. Because you don't want like 50 items causing lag and dragging around, and you kind of can half see the edge of it through your camera while you're running around trying to kill stuff. So, you know, it's useful just to pop it in and pop it out. Maybe have a UI handle the illusion that you've got it on your person, in your pockets, in your bag or whatever. So that destroys the actor. Now in the level blueprint, I don't know why I closed that. In the level blueprint here, it spawns it in. Hang on, that's not the case. Where is it? It might be in my player controller somewhere. Let's have a look. Okay, it is. Sorry about that. I get lost sometimes. So, pressing F destroys actors and picks them up, yeah? Here we go, press F, which does all this. The reason why I press G to solve the puzzle is because G doesn't destroy actors when you hit a line trace. It spawns them in, so it's kind of like F is destroy, G is solve the puzzle or whatever. F is pick up, G is solve, that kind of thing. So it does exactly the same thing as the previous line trace of picking them up. And it checks a tag, it says, is it a socket? Okay, so the thing that has the tag socket is this thing here that was for decor. Yeah? Yeah, I'm losing the ability to speak. This thing here, the white thing, the white square, has a tag of socket down here, okay? So you're just checking if you're hitting that. If you're hitting that, and the variable that you picked up a totem is true, see this and here, so when you shot a line trace, and this fired, destroyed the actor, destroyed the pickup, it set that to true. So it will be true if you've picked up a totem. If you haven't, it'll say you need to collect one, you haven't collect one, you can't go through. So if those are both true, then it will fire true, and it will spawn the actor of the pickup here, pickup, at a specified location, and you'll solve the puzzle. Now, in my instance, I wanted a really slow animation of the block moving into the hole. So I've kind of tried to do that where I've set a drop location of the object, and then after 1 second passes, it hits the target location inside the socket. So I got these two vectors here, and you can see. So this, when we press G, it drops, it spawns the pickup, sorry, at a location of, you know, X, Y, and Z in the world. Because I'll know where that is. Okay, I'll know where that is. I'll know where my puzzle is. So it doesn't really need to be a dynamic location. It doesn't have to be like 5 feet in front of the character or 20 feet away from this tree. You know, I can just specify where it is. And it moves on the Y. So it starts off at 1500 units on the Y. And then after 1 second, it adds its location, updates it, changes to 1,000 units forward from this one. So it just spawns in at 1500, and then after 1 second passes, it slides into the hole. So I'm actually going to show you that working, but I'm going to set this location to be 2000, for example, and then update this by 500, because I know that's the coordinates I need. And it'll also give you the ability to see what I'm talking about with this relic, or this pickup, sliding into this socket after I pick it up. So let's pick it up. Now it should appear in front of here and then smoothly slide into the hole. Okay, let's try that again. I think I set the units too high. Let's just try 2300. Oh, let's just try doing 400 actually. And then we'll just do 100 on here. This is what happens when you try and do videos and update stuff at the same time. Nightmare. Absolute nightmare. It should have been a 3-minute video. Okay, so I picked it up and you should see it appear in one place and then slide into the socket. Boom, like that. And that's quite nice. So that was me having a little bit of kind of creative control over it. You could have it where it just ends here and it just spawns at the location and just bing, turns on the light. But I don't think that's very good. You know, I'll probably change these three here to a timeline. And then I'll have a curve and I can like make it go really quick and lerp and stuff like that. If you don't know what lerp is, I really suggest you look at what lerp is. It's a smooth transition between two areas and you can speed up in the middle and stuff. It's quite nice for animations and things. So that's it. That's that working. Thanks for bearing with me for 12 minutes. And I'll do this puzzle over here. And this will probably be a 20-minute video because it's mentally complicated. But, you know, we'll see. Thanks.